Hi everyone, this is Radul Live, another weekend of sport to look forward to, and that's happening all over the world. People think when there's no football, there's no sport. There's always sport happening. But today we're going to talk a bit about football, university football, because we are here with the champions of the recent university games. But more importantly, their coach is a legend, a Kenyan football legend. Tobias Ochola, how are you doing?
I'm fine, Caro.
Do people know you're a legend? You know, you need to walk around with something on your chest written legend. It's only Radul who shouts like that.
But some people will say that is an abuse.
Why?
Because they are not used to seeing legends.
Because they're not used to seeing legends.
Yes.
We're not used to recognizing legends, which is shame on us. But Ochola, I'll come to you. Let me introduce Ian Owitti, who has a very interesting middle name, Floorbet. What Floorbet? How young can you get? But Ian Owitti, you're a footballer, a midfielder for Kenyatta University. But you're here today as Hardnuts. Hardnuts. Tell me about Hardnuts, Ochola. You tell me about Hardnuts, the team.
Hardnuts is the name of Kenyatta University football team.
Mm-hmm. And
in fact, when I joined Kenyatta University, I found it being called Hardnuts. It is not us who created the name.
Who created the name?
The director who employed me at Kenyatta University was the person who started that name.
The name Hardnuts?
Yes.
But when did you join?
I joined Kenyatta University in 2002, July.
2002?
Yes.
As a student, as a no, okay, not as a student.
I joined
as a coach.
I joined as a coach.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
All right, so you've been there a while.
I've been there
a long while.
And still going to be there.
And you're still there?
Yes.
Ian, let me bring you in. What year are you in at the moment?
Currently doing my fourth year.
Your fourth year.
Yeah.
You were a midfielder for Hardnuts. How did you get into playing football?
Okay, I was introduced when I was young. Yeah, by my father.
How young is young? Because you're still young.
Okay, I was around 7 years old.
Uh-huh.
By my dad. Yeah, Patrick Owiti. So that's when I began. Then when I went to my primary school, my Kiswahili teacher, I remember him. Yeah, he started like an academy, just for the pupils there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's how we grew. We learned some basics of football. Yeah, that's how the journey started. Yeah, I started as a striker, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I was striking. Then when I went to high school, I joined French school Kamusinga in Western. That's where...
Western, very known for football.
Yeah, that's where I realized I'm a midfielder. And my coach started playing me in the midfield. Yeah, and in 2017, I became the captain of the French school Kamusinga team.
That's a big school for football.
Yeah, but mostly in hockey. That's where we merit always. But we do a little bit in soccer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so after that, after being the captain there in 2018, I finished and I joined KU in 2019.
And you've been playing for all the 4 years in KU?
Yeah, since I joined from first year. I was in Parklands. There were in campuses in KU. We had 3 teams by that time. So I joined Parklands. But when COVID came in, things went, I don't know.
A bit haywire. It
Yeah.
interfered with everybody's lives.
Yeah.
Let me come back to you, Tobias. I know we're here to speak about Hardnuts, and you are the coach of Hardnuts, but I want people to understand who Tobias Ochola is. We only have 40 minutes for the whole show, because I know telling people about Tobias is a whole 1 hour show in itself. Give us a summary of your football career, just your background up until coaching at KU.
I think my background is straight. I started playing like young in primary school. Then I joined secondary school in Wangapala, that is South Nyanza.
Mm-hmm.
Then from there I started playing for a club at in a year, when I was in third year, that is Form 3. I joined Kisumu Works. Then a year later, 1982, when I finished Form 4, I joined Kisumu Hot Stars.
Most people here were not even born. 1982.
Yes, joined Hot Stars. By that time, I joined Usenge High School for my advanced level course.
Usenge, it's near Bondo.
Yes, on your way to home.
Past Bondo to
yes.
go to Usenge.
Then I played for Hot Stars for a year. 1984, 85, I joined Gor Mahia in December. I started playing for Gor Mahia in 1986 in February. From there, my football journey started at the highest level.
In fact, you're known most for your stint at Gor Mahia, the medals you won, and then also for the national team.
Yes, because I played for Gor Mahia for 12 years. Out of the 12, I won 5 trophies. Those are the league champions. Then 3 knockout cups. When my Golden Cup was first introduced, I was part of it. Then I also played for Kenya for 7 years.
But you don't say. Those days, if you speak to anyone who played football those days, they will tell you that you played for the love of the sport. There wasn't that much money in the game, but you felt more appreciated. That's what I hear from a lot of sports footballers.
Yes, but initially, or the basic point of departure from what we have today, football or any sport was helping Kenyans to get employment. That was the beauty of it. So when you are employed, you can now grow in your place of work, or you stay there forever.
Even Gor Mahia was getting employment?
Yeah, in fact, when we joined Gor Mahia was employing people at Transcom, Kenya Railways, Kenya Ports Authority, Kenya Post and Telecommunications, Kenya Airways, name it, any other company, because football was all-inclusive, and it was not professional. So employment was the key to the sportsmen and women.
So it was a working formula where you are earning from your employment, but you can still play sport.
Yeah, we were working from
professionally in quotes.
Yes, we were working from 8 to 5. Then we were training at 5. So
when did you get your coaching badges?
When I was almost ending my active career. I started by the low class.
That was in
19. I stopped playing in 1996.
96?
Yes.
Then
I coached Gor Mahia for 2 years. Then when I was facing off, I started being active in coaching. I also started going back to school because at the end of the day, it is me. It is not football.
Yes.
So I trained the first course, then the intermediate, then I did the higher one, then I did the first course, which I still believe we have in this country, license A. Yes.
The CAF A?
CAF A.
You did CAF A?
Yes.
Eesh. How come I didn't know this about you, Tobias?
We did. In fact, when SportsPesa was sponsoring the league, they sponsored the top coaches in KPL for license A.
Excuse me.
But because of the connections and friends I have around, I asked Kenyatta University to pay for me. Then they paid for me. So I was 2 more on the 16 players that were in SportsPesa that did license A then. And I still believe that is the only license A course that Kenya has ever done.
Yes, because I don't know I don't know any license.
Yeah, we are here. So I'm one of them.
Come slowly. What has your experience been like at Kenyatta University?
It's been up and down because we changed leadership. The VC that employed me, rest in peace, Professor Ishiwani, is passed on. Then came in the deputy, that is Professor Mugenda. Then we had a brief stint with Professor Standa. Then now we have our current VC, Professor PK Wainaina. So it depends on the managerial ability of an individual and the interest.
Tell me about the program, the Hardnut program, and the level of talent you're getting at Kenyatta University. And you can speak about this young man.
The level of talent we get at Kenyatta University is massive because we are, I think, and I believe, the only university that recruits more than 10,000 first years every year. Wow. So the talents we have in KU is massive. That's why he was saying he was playing for Parklands, because we had to create more than 3 teams to accommodate the soccer players in Kenyatta University.
So it's immense.
It is immense. And some players leave KU and we can't say they were there with us. You can only hear from outside that, oh, Owitti was once a student at Kenyatta University, but he didn't play for us.
Ah,
Yeah, because the number is huge.
The level of talent.
So those people who come out when we are training and competing are the people whom we count on to be the football players in Kenyatta University.
Ian, tell me how you got into the team. Tell me about your first encounter with your coach.
My coach, Toby. Okay.
Hey, Toby. Hey, Tobias. Toby. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were friends. I'm calling you the wrong name. So.
Okay, that was last year. Yeah, after COVID, when we resumed. That's when I got into Hardnuts. Yeah, and that's when he started coaching me. And he's been motivating me all the time. And he believed in me and gave me the armband, and I'm the captain now. I'm still captaining the team until next year, I think. I'll be leaving.
You think you're campaigning to remain
No.
captain?
I'm not campaigning. No, it's there. I know I'm going to be the captain still because he believes in me and the team believes in me. Yeah.
And tell me about the recent games.
Okay.
What was the experience like and the level of competition? Did you know you're always going to win?
Okay, it's been hard. It's been
And they were Africa, it was called Africa University Games.
Yeah, first games. Okay, it was a rough journey. You know, teams from all over Africa, West Africa, South Africa. You know, the competition was high. But as a team, we believed in ourselves. We've been training, we were in a camp for a month plus. So we were ready. And we were ready to battle. And we won. So I think I personally, I think I played my best. And I think we did good as a team. Yeah.
Tobias, how would you assess how your team performed during the tournament? Because it could not have been easy with all that competition.
Our team or my team performed well because we had set objectives. We requested the university management to put us in camp so that we can have the whole opportunity to train together, because coming from home would have never been easy with us. So we had that opportunity. We were in camp for a whole month, where we had 3 sessions every day. So we had the morning runs for all the teams in various categories. Then we go for breakfast, then mid-morning training, then afternoon training. And I think because of the consistency and the interest my team, the Hardnuts, had propelled us to be where we are.
So you went in school at the time. You went in session. As in there was no learning going on while you were training.
No, by that time we had closed. In fact, the university changed the whole semester for FASO to give the teams the opportunity to train and prepare well
on the games.
Exactly. In fact, we closed in May. We closed in late April. The whole of May we were in camp. So that the academic program for that period was suspended. So people are coming back in July. The majority of the students are coming back in September.
So the university is not joking? They're
No,
taking the sport seriously?
It was a serious business. It was a serious business, Caro, and because of what the university decided, because they did not want interference. We are also improving our facilities. So having the students on campus would have jeopardized that process. And also the concentration on the teams that were to be.
The focus, they were able to focus?
Yes.
Because their friends were not there.
Exactly.
What was that camp per month like for you and the players? Because for me, it sounds like you're being treated almost better than we treat our national teams, you know?
Okay, it wasn't easy at first because, you know, people used to come from home. But when you came into camp after let's say like a week, you were in, and now we had our goals as a team. And so we were just cooperating with the coaches plus the management, and we followed all the instructions we were given, and that's how it ended, and it was well.
I know your focus is on football, but I'm not sure if you are able to answer this, because there were other teams at KU that also did extremely well. I mean, I just wanted you to speak on the whole sport setup at KU. Which were some of the other teams that also came out with medals or came out tops?
Because the ball games, we had only football, basketball, and volleyball. So in basketball, the entries were there, and we emerged second. We lost to University of Joburg by 5 points in the finals. And in fact, we won them in the first game in the same pool. So they met again in the final. And
they beat them in the final?
Yes.
And in volleyball?
In volleyball, we didn't have a good number of entries, but there was a team from Cairo and KU in men, the same university ladies. So they played home and away because they had to compete. So we were also second in both categories.
So generally speaking, Kenyatta University is not joking when it comes to sports.
We are a powerhouse, Caro, because even if you look at rugby, black blood has ever been there. They are in Kenya Cup, they are in the series, and name it. In handball, we play in national leagues, and last year we were in the playoffs. Out of 19 teams, we were number 5 in the national league. So I think it is also a way of mentoring the students, because if you deal with sports people, you get into a lot of the managerial skills of a person, not like academics. Academics is one way, but sports-wise, it is all inclusive. I think that is what has given us the opportunity to come to this level. Because these guys, Caro, we've been the champions of Kenya University games since, in fact, we were champions in 2019, 2021. In Taita Taveta this year, we were the champions. Coming to FASU, we were the champions. So that trend was just like climbing. So that consistency in football, in basketball, because we all were also the champions of basketball men. So it shows that there's interest from management.
And there's KU offers other courses in football as well, like sports management. What are the other opportunities within Kenyatta University for sports?
We have a lot. We have sports administration, we have sports science, we have physical education. If you want to go to teaching, they are varied. They are varied.
So it's are you in any of these other sports programs? Are you, once you leave university, you finished with football? You finished with sports? No. What are you studying at the moment?
I'm doing Bachelor of Commerce, Finance.
You can still bring that money knowledge into sports. You know that. There are so many angles in the management of sports.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. But after school, I think I'll still be playing. Because for now, I'm getting offers from teams in Kenya. And
from professional teams, like Premier League teams?
Yeah.
Hey! Are you allowed to name them? I mean, you don't want to jinx.
No.
You don't want to jinx anything.
No, we'll see. We'll just weigh the best option and we'll go there.
Do your parents support your football? Because it's parents who tell you, no, go get a job in the ministry.
Yeah. They support me. They've been doing that from when I was young and still doing that. So every decision I make, they're part of it in this my football career. All
right, I want us to take a bit of a break, and then I want to know what's in store for the future of sports from Kenyatta University, the next university games. What do you, Tobias, and then we can speak generally about football in Kenya, where you want to see football go as Kenya, as the Premier League, as Harambee Stars. That conversation is coming up after the break. welcome back. This is Radul Live, and today I am with a team from KU Hardnuts, the champions of the recent Africa University Games. Ian Owitti, the captain, and then of course Tobias Ochola, who is a Kenyan footballing legend. Played for Gor Mahia for most of his club career, and of course for Harambee Stars as well, several times, who is the coach of Hardnuts. I want to know, Tobias, from you, someone who has played professional football here in this country. You look at what is happening with Kenyan football at the moment. We're suspended. I had a conversation recently with Patrick Matasi, the goalkeeper of Tusker FC, and they're like, you're winning the league, there's no continental football. Harambee Stars, nothing is happening. Harambee Starlets had a chance to go for the World Cup, they couldn't. How do you feel as a former footballer when you see what's happening in Kenyan football right now?
To speak the truth, Caro, it is pathetic. Because currently, football is an industry where 3/4 of sportsmen and women are employed where they are excelling in sports. So with this kind of suspensions and expulsions, you see, we are jeopardizing the talent. We should have grown, then they move to the next level, because the professional, in quotes, we have in this country is employing. So if we are not competing, then that means the club is also losing out in paying people who are not competing at that level. So that's why if you look at clubs, they cannot even get sponsors.
They can't.
Because how do you come in and pay for somebody who is not productive? So those are the issues that we have to sort out so that we grow our sportsmen and women. If not, this industry will sink. And coming out of that hole will be very difficult. Because as we progress, the leagues are over. The start of the new season is 2 months away, and there's no solution in sight. So, in fact, it is not nice. So it is a conversation that should be taken to the national level. And the stakeholders should come out and speak with one voice on where we want to go. And if we come to that conclusion where we want to go, the people who we are bringing in to manage our sport must also be forthright with what they are doing. Because all these things happened because of the way we have managed our sport. Yes. Our managers have we've mismanaged our sport. Not even football, all sports in this country are mismanaged. That is where you find even rugby nowadays we are not doing well. It is the same trend. Go to netball, they are nowhere. Go to volleyball, we are doing so well, we are nowhere.
Volleyball, they were almost not going for the pre-season for World Cup.
Yes.
Because of money promised, not delivered.
Because of the interest. Even if I give you money, are you going to use it rightly? Because I can give you the money, but you divert it to something else. So that means the players will not gain from the money that the management requested to use on them. So we just have to come out and say enough is enough. We need good people to manage our sport, because sport is a big industry in any country. Because those players playing abroad, if they start bringing in money back to the country, that is sports tourism. And those are the things we need. So if we are not forthright with the decisions we are making, there will be no sport in this country.
Would you ever consider getting into one of those offices?
When the right time comes.
Everyone is saying that.
Yeah, when the right time comes. Because like now, Caro, I'm engaged. I cannot leave Kenyatta University as at now to come and vie for a position out there, because I've been charged with the responsibility of guiding this team to another level. The first level we are done. Now, if all is well, we get the sponsorship, we go to the World Cup. Which now, in fact, Kenya should be proud of Kenyatta University, because we are in the World Cup, where even our national team have never reached.
Has never reached?
Yes.
When is the World Cup? When is...
we've not gotten the exact dates, but I think it is next year. So
Ian, World Cup.
Yeah.
Before we even get to the World Cup, when you hear about what's happening in Kenyan football, you've mentioned here that you've there are certain teams that are coming to look for your signature based on your performance at the university games, I imagine. But how do you feel thinking, should I even venture into a club to get into the mess we are seeing, you know?
Okay, sometimes it saddens me, and sometimes you just think you should not do that. You should just focus on your studies and not play football, but you know, passion wins at times. Just
Passion wins, but the bills will be there when you reach the house. Your landlady is here. You lipen up your passion.
no. So you just have to do the two. Your career, your career, and the other life plus football. You can balance both.
But it is frustrating, Tobias, because we're ruining the hopes and dreams of these people, you know. That's, I don't think, what the managers of this of football realize. That Ian could grow up to be the next Victor Wanyama, who knows? But will he have that opportunity when we're mismanaging what could be such an amazing industry?
Do you know what has happened in this country?
We'll come back to the World Cup, don't worry.
If you look at the people who have managed the so-called sports, 3/4 were not involved in playing in those sports. They've just come in just like businessmen. Because if
office people.
Yes, if I played football the way I did, then I go into management, I don't think if I'll frustrate the efforts of these young guys growing.
Because you know what it feels, you know the pain.
Yes. But if you look at the people who have managed our football, I don't know, he did well or he did not do well. The late Job Omino, he played to the highest level, Gossage Cup then. He tried during those days, and Harambee was somewhere. Then the people who followed Kidogo, then now it started going. Because if you hear it from me, when we were playing, I'm proud to say this. I'm one of the 5 players in this country that have managed to go to AFCON 3 consecutive years. Because the managers then, they were focused on achieving something. Because we were in Morocco in 88, we were in Algeria in 90, we were in Senegal in 1992. That was leadership. But then after that, it was sporadic.
Jokers.
Because you'll find, after that, when did we go back to Cup of Nations? I think 2004. How many years? Then after 2004, 2019, how many years in between?
And we needed 6 extra teams.
Exactly.
To be allowed in.
Yes. So these are the things. If we sit down on a round table discussion, we need to make sure that we give the correct people to manage our sport. Because the people who are coming in to manage sport, for me, they are coming in for the monies that are being given by FIFA to run sports in this country, or FIVB to run volleyball in this country, the international bodies. So the international bodies also should give the home laws to guide the management of the monies they give. Because like FIFA, for instance, they set the money and they say, don't interfere with the management of the federation running football. That money, who is monitoring the way you use the money? Nobody. Because if you just poke the nose, you'll be banned. That is what has happened with us.
And yet the money that was coming was not trickling down.
It was not trickling down. It is saddening, Caro, that all the monies that FIFA gave during COVID, the ladies' side did not even get a single face. And I believe FIFA sent 4 faces to cushion the ladies, the gender. Men, I think Federation paid, I think, twice. Then the last 3 batches, and you can't question. So these are the issues. Then you make these young guys lose interest in sport, and then we are nowhere. That is why when we were playing in FASU, as my captain is saying, we were not so upbeat that we were going to have it. Because our neighbors here, Uganda, they are ever on top of everything. If you look at the way they are running their federation, even the university, the FUFA, that is their Uganda federation, they are organized. Because we see like MOOBS. MOOBS is a solid team In fact, they were the champions when they were coming in their league, the Coca-Cola League in Uganda. They were the champions. They get good players on scholarship, even from Kenya, even from any part of the world, to go and play for them.
They're poaching. They can afford to.
They can afford to.
And we can afford to.
We can also.
We don't need to. There's so much talent, but.
You see, we can have the homegrown talent, but you have a mix.
Yes.
From somewhere else, so that if you do the mix, you can have the culture from across the border and then the homegrown talent. Then you can find how you move on. That is why people go professional.
Yeah.
And if we can't do that, then the homegrown talent will not know where they are.
Yeah, yeah.
There must be competition from a certain quarter to help them grow faster.
And right now we're in a situation where the homegrown talent wants to finish school and get jobs because there's nothing in football.
And those jobs are not there.
Nothing.
Where are the jobs?
Yeah.
We don't have jobs because the industries are being closed. So where are we going? Football, you cannot move. The industries are being closed, so there are no jobs. And if you go to government offices, the old people are still being recycled.
They don't want to retire.
They don't want to retire.
We have a 90-something-year-old in charge of youth affairs.
Yeah. Because jobs that were given to young people, they could not manage. Reason being, they were not brought up well.
Every time I talk about Kenyan football, I get depressed. I think of people like this who could, the opportunities that could be there, even as in the commerce side, in the commercial side of running sport. We don't even offer jobs in those areas.
No.
We can barely pay the people who are actually playing, let alone the legal, the finance, all the other aspects of running an industry, which it could be. Yeah. Let me come back to the University World Cup. So you said you'll still be captain next year? You're confident?
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, I have to go to the World Cup.
You have to go to the World Cup?
Yeah, I'm the champion of Africa. I was the captain, so I have to take the team there. After that, I can leave it. But for now, the focus in the East Africa Games we are having in December.
The East Africa Games.
Yeah.
Where are they being hosted this time?
In Uganda.
In Uganda.
Yeah.
Ndenje University.
I think they were here and we beat them, so I know we are going there.
I think he's confident. We beat the others, we beat these ones. But it's a fact.
Yeah.
You know?
So I think the focus is in the East African Games. Then I know we'll be training from September when we resume. Then after winning there, because I know we are going to win.
Hey. You want Africa? Want East Africa?
Yeah, so we've won almost everything in Kenya. So the East Africa, we're still gonna win it. Then next year, probably the World Cup will make Kenya proud.
You'll make Kenya proud.
Yeah.
It's, make us proud. Luckily, you're not under FIFA, so you can go for those World Cups regardless of what's happening. But it's such a sad state of affairs. I feel quite angry, and I can even see your mood has changed.
It's bad. It's bad.
It's bad.
It's
bad because we know what it could be.
Yes.
We see what
yes.
other countries have made football and all other sport. That is what is frustrating. The jobs you could, the money you could earn, we could grow our own facilities from a sport industry that works. Yeah. Yeah,
because if you look at the current scenario, the teams that are doing well in this country are companies, because they are just running through the system of that company. Otherwise,
the professionalism.
It's
Tusker, Bandari,
yes.
KCB, you know.
Ulinzi. Yeah. So we need a club like what we call in quotes the community clubs, or if you can remember, Volcano, when that was the first professional team in this country, and Saura did so well with that team, and it almost picked everything, because the management was up there. But these other teams, you find, you go place, where is the office? We don't have an office. Where is the structure? There's no structure. Can you account for the 10 bob? You cannot account for 10 bob. So where is the belief? Then if I'm coming to you to give a sponsorship of 100 million, say if you cannot account for 10 bob, how are you going to account for?
Does a club like Gor Mahia frustrate you? Because for me, Gor Mahia and AFC in the year 2022 still relying on handouts, and they have They have years of history, years of success behind them, but they can't seem to get their act together when it comes to getting sponsorships. They have the fans.
In fact, when I hear the name, I cannot push it away from me because that is where I marketed myself. But it is saddening. As per what you are saying, we don't have structures in place. That is where the start is. Because if we have the structure, they have a very good constitution if you look at it. But now the problem is the EC wants also to come to the operational level of management. It cannot work.
Select players and the lineups on match day.
You get. So you guys, the EC, you need to look for funds. Then give the operational level to operate. These guys will give you a budget. Then now you can pin them down. We gave you money to go and pay allowances. You have not paid. Where did the money go? But if you are the same EC that is looking for money, budgeting with the money, you want to pay, you want to hire the training venue, so then who is the supervisor? So if there's a mess, you are in that mess. So you can't come out of that mess. So these are the things we have to correct, that each and every group deals with his or her section, so that you only run as a coach and you are a coach. A team manager is a team manager. Executive office is executive office. The treasury is treasury. Let them do
what is if there was one lesson you've learned from being in the Kenyatta University setup versus how clubs are run, what would you pick from the way, because obviously KU is doing something right, is doing a lot right. What is the one thing or two or three things you would pick and say a club can learn this from how KU manages its sports?
It is straightforward. I think that is what we have talked about, the basic structure. Because in KU,
respected.
It's respected. Because we have management, then away from management, you have the mid-level managers, then from there you come to director of sports, then the coaches down here. So whatever we want, we request through our director to management. When it is approved, it trickles down to come and do what that money is meant to do. After finishing, you account for that money through the same process. So if you miss,
it works.
And it works. Because you'll be asked, we gave you money. What is the outcome? Then the next time you'll request, we'll not give you money. And I believe that is why all the approvals we have requested to go to championships, I've never seen a year KU management has denied us the opportunity to leave. Because whenever we come back, you only need to drive to Kenyatta University Sports Office, our Vice Chancellor's office, and then we have a place called Campanile. I think it is 4th floor. All those areas are filled with trophies. So when they come out in the open and see the trophy, they say, yes. And sports is used to market any institution, any person. Cheko Manyala Sai, where is he? Yeah. It is sports.
I was at a conference recently organized by the Kenya Academy of Sports, and I think it was the deputy VC, Vincent Onywera.
Yes.
He was the chief guest for the closing ceremony, and he actually spoke really well about your program and where he wants to take Kenyatta University as an institution when it comes to sport, and it's putting you on the map. It's putting this guy on the map. What's your name? Flobert. Flobert. Owitti, you're on the map. Yeah. I just want to say congratulations for your win as we wind up. I'm sure you are a popular guy in school now. Captain of the winning football team. Ladies screaming all around. Captain! I'm just kidding.
No, yeah, but it is a fact.
It's a fact.
It's a fact.
But he looks like he can manage himself.
Yes.
Or you offer that guidance as well.
No, yeah. In fact, that is part of our job. We mentor them as they go through the academics, sports, and when they're coming to the outside world. Because when you just stick your mind to that fence of the university, the outside world can be very rough. Yes. So the mentorship is key for them.
How would you describe your coach? Give me like one word or a phrase. or make it an appreciation. as we wind up?
My coach.
Clearly you have an emotion problem. Don't worry, it's a man thing. Expressing your emotions.
Okay.
No, but what has he meant in your life?
Okay, for me, it's like a mentor. Because he's achieved a lot, still achieving more. And he's always there for me. When I ask for something, he always gets me the right way. And I appreciate you, coach.
That's fantastic. Any parting shot for us, Tobias, as we go?
The parting shot is thank you for inviting us here. I believe this will put Ian in the sports world, because people will now say, why? We want to go and see how this Kenyatta University captain is playing.
Earning his rightful place.
Yes. So thank you so much. This is an opening for him. I've done my bit, so I'm only guiding the young ones so that I will be cheering when I'll be sitting out there.
When they bring the World Cup trophy.
Yes. That is the wish. That is the wish.
It's progress. Me, as long
Yes.
as I see progress,
Yes.
it's good enough.
Yeah.
You know, the accolades, neither here nor there, but progress is what is important. But thanks so much. Thanks for honoring the invitation. Congratulations once again. All the best in the university, in the East Africa Games, and of course at the World Cup. And thank you guys for watching Radul live this week. I was in the presence of a legend. That is why sometimes the conversation went into the politics of sports. But I'd like to see things get better, man. They need to at some point. But thank you for watching Radul live. We'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.